From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your evening update.
We had heavy rain across a large part of the area during the morning hours that led to some isolated flooding here and there before it shifted to the south this afternoon and giving us a break. Even a bit of very filtered type sunshine this afternoon, but rain will be spreading back north across the areas we head into the overnight. The good news, severe storm threat from the south is not going to be spreading north into the area. We certainly are thankful for that. But we could have some isolated flooding once again overnight as heavy rain starts to spread back to the area. I do think the higher threat of flash flooding is south and east of the counties that we cover at Tennessee Valley Weather, though. I think it runs from Coleman County, Alabama, to Marshall County, Alabama, to southern Jackson County, and over into DeKalb County, Alabama, and then south into central and south Alabama, back into south Mississippi. That's where it seems like the higher flash flooding threat will be overnight, but still there could be isolated flash flooding in southern Middle Tennessee, north to northwest Alabama, and that's why a flash flood watch remains here in these areas that expires at noon tomorrow for the potential for some more isolated street flooding and poor drainage areas in low-lying areas like we saw during the morning hours when the first round of heavy rainy storms came in. Overnight tonight, it is that flooding threat we will watch like we talked about. But notice we're not highlighting a tornado threat or a damaging wind threat anymore. That will stay off to the south of our area. That is a clear, easy to see signal now that the severe storm threat, any threat of rotating thunderstorms and tornadoes, that is south of our area tonight and not coming back north. We're going to miss it off to the south, which is certainly good news here. Rain starting to, it's light to moderate out there this evening. It will be around heavier rain and yes, some embedded thunder. Yes, some breezy conditions that might make it loud outside do overspread the area into the overnight. Notice the heavier rain back off where it is. Like we talked about, Scottsboro to Fort Payne to Guntersville to Coleman and south. It's off to the south and east of the counties we cover. But notice even here, there is heavy rain and embedded thunder. We do expect that in our local area overnight, but no severe storms and flooding will be possible, but it will be more isolated in nature in our region. Moderate to heavy downpours into the morning hours, taper off into showers by midday. Notice we are still hitting upper 50s, lower 60s during the morning to midday, but then the afternoon, the temperatures start dropping. That's because the cooler air behind the cold front come in, and by the evening, we'll be into the 40s, and then we start headed into the lower 30s as we head into tomorrow night. And then we're shifting back to cooler weather in a wholesale way from Sunday into early next week and such. It's not going to be Arctic air or record-breaking cold or anything like that, not dangerous wind chills and such. But compared to what we've been in this week when we've been in 60s and 70s, it is going to be a big shift to cooler weather. This trough to the north Tuesday does bring a few rain showers to the area Wednesday and a Thursday. And Thursday, as the back half swings through with some colder air in the mid to upper layers, I can't rule out a few light flurries mixing in with the rain showers on Thursday, but that's a very iffy situation. We don't have it fully in the forecast yet. It's just something that we're monitoring at this time. So 60s during the morning part of Saturday. We're back to the 40s by the late afternoon, and then 40s to 50s here all through next week for daytime highs and overnight lows back into the 20s and the 30s going forward. So a shift back closer to where we should be in comparison to feeling like March and April here for the past week that we've been in. So rain and thunder, a foregone conclusion overnight. Notice we're talking about 90 to 100% rain chances. We don't put those too often in the forecast, but we are tonight because it's a foregone conclusion. Rain is coming back. And yes, there could be some isolated flooding overnight, but not looking at a severe storm threat in the local area that has shifted solidly to the south of us, and it's not going to trend back north. Showers the first half of the day Saturday, tapering off midday in the afternoon, and then back to partial sunshine Sunday and early next week. A few more rain showers Wednesday and a Thursday, and that Thursday time period, that's when we'll watch to see if a few flurries, not accumulating snow, a few flurries try to mix in with the rain showers. We're not ready to put it in the forecast yet, but we're not far from that. We'll be watching carefully over the next few days. Let's look at your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 9 o'clock for a final check of your local weather.